Hello and a big welcome to Tracy Village Oval in Darwin, round 18 of the NTFL competition. So very much to play for today. The winner advances to the finals. The loser packs it up and leaves it till next year. Big match in front of us. Tiwi Bombers in 6th position, trying to get that 5th position, that Waratah hole. It's going to be a terrific game. Joining us in commentary, Ash Manakaris, to keep an eye on this game. Ash, it's a big one.
Yes, it is. Charlie, the loser is out, and that's it. Tiwi Bombers will be fighting for survival, I think, because they trail by percentage. They've got a really big in, which is Dion Munkara. I think that's going to benefit them. Unfortunately, it's raining here. Light rain makes that ground slippery, and I think the bigger bodies of Waratahs will prove critical up front. Justin Bugler will be critical up front, and in the middle, Brock Orville, Sam Godden, Abe Ankers are all ball getters. Big
match, a real big match, and we welcome Dominic McCormack to join us in our coverage as well. Dom, good to have you on board. This is going to be the game we want. This is the finals, come a week early.
That's exactly right, Charlie. Look, should be a terrific match. As Ashley's already said, rain falling here today, but I expect both teams to really go at it hard. As you say, finals on the line here, so a terrific last match of the season for these two clubs. Let's see what happens.
Well, both these teams lost last week. Tars got beaten by Southern Districts in the dying minutes of the match, and the Tiwi Bombers found they couldn't go with St Mary's. So, two losers coming in, one winner will go through to the finals. Not that far away. That is a sort of opener. That would probably win an award. So game just about to get underway here. It's a pretty stormy afternoon. Forecast is more rain is coming, just a little bit falling at the moment, but you can see that cricket pitch area in the middle. It's a bit of a glue pot. It'll be a real test for these players. The rucks are ready. Umpire holds it aloft. Dominic McCormack to get us underway.
Ball tossed high. Monagatti wins it down initially, straight to Dion Munkara, just returning from suspension. Welcome back, Dion Munkara. Nice little toe poke away there. Great effort. Tippingwoody back to Munkara. Munkara inside 50. Austin Wanameri over the ball. Lovely pick up from him. Good tackle there by Tars to Cameron Barrett. Tars over the ball now. Nice little toe poke away there by Jared Hay initially, and Sam Waddell with the clearing kick up out towards centre wing is going to be cleaned up here by Bugler.
So Bugler drives it forward along that far side, heads it out towards the boundary line and leaves it out there on the full. So the free kick here to the Tiwi Bombers. They can bring it back in. Short kick off to Sam Dyke. Went away from the glue patch, did pretty well, kicked it to Adam Tippinwoody, took the mark, he's got runners out wide. The searching kick is a good one, gets into the hand of Babui, he handballs further on, Dion Munkara to the pocket, yes! Good kick, Ross Tungatalam on the end of it, takes the mark deep in the forward pocket.
Well, I think Dion Munkara there, he's had 3 touches in the first few minutes of this first quarter. I think he's wanting to set up straight away. I shouldn't have been rubbed out, I shouldn't have missed that game, I make up for it, colleagues. And so he's really been active as we watch Ross Tungatalam come in.
Tungatalam now kicks and keeps it to the near side. Comes up with a minor score. First score of the match to the Tiwi Bombers. They lead by a point.
I will say very quickly, good rebound defence straight off that half back line from Tiwi, and I think that's going to be a problem for Tars most of the day.
Tars now moving their way from back pocket. Lachlan Collihole wearing the number 1 this afternoon, taking that mark at half back. They move up through centre wing. Call to play on. Now up to centre half forward. Nice punch away there by Roy Farmer for the Tiwi Bombers. Players getting in hard in the glue pot there in the middle. The umpire, how's he going to call this? Because there's stacks on the mill at almost centre half forward here. But the umpire says, I will have it. Players settling themselves. Monagatti up high, punches it to the advantage of the Tiwi Bombers. It comes again here to Adam Tippingwoody. High up and under to centre wing. Marked now by Wanameri on the left boot. That's a lovely kick. Found a teammate in Gary Purantatameri. That's an ordinary kick from him. Coming through strongly was Jeffrey Simon. Now an opportunity. Adam Tippingwoody, can he pick it up? He can, on the left boot, snaps, and snaps the first of the afternoon. The Tiwi Bombers on the board. They lead 1 straight to Waratah's 1 behind.
We'll have a look at that replay when it comes up, but I reckon Jack Munkara has very cleverly, Monagatti, they're just dominating early in the ruck there. Beautiful tap over. When we get over to it, Jack Munkara cleans up the kick here. Good lead and mark. Look in board. Good tap out. Yep, it was. Very clever from Jack Munkara. And this is a great goal. And that's a good start, sliding.
Started with him, didn't it? In the middle, Tippinwoody, Adam Tippinwoody kicks the goal. So 1 goal, 1. Tiwi Bombers looking ominous earlier on. They try to win the kick out of the middle, just didn't get it clear. Heenan gets down towards their half-forward line. The tackle laid on here. Ferocious tackle put on by the Tiwi Bombers there in Jack Munkara. Ball left on the ground. Trying to get out Tars, not able to get clear with it. Didn't get the kick away to the middle. Gee, it's all Tiwi Bombers earlier on. Tars look a little lost. They're in the glue patch in the middle there, trying to get it clear. Big Monagatti got out, handball was good. Got to Gary Purantatameri though, kicked down towards the forward line, landed on the ground, soccer kick desperately towards the boundary line by McCarthy. And the free kick paid here, and Tars will have it deep in defence. Short little kick comes out by Jared Hay across their half-back line.
Sam Waddell taken now in the left-back pocket. Little toe poke from him comes to Kiranua. Steadying here. Now the long kick up centre wing. No one really got a touch on that. Coming through for the Tiwi Bombers again, Jack Munkara. Up towards half forward, nice handball from Palapuamini towards Paddy Heenan. Heenan over the ball, just trying to push it forward. Kim Cantilla's in there as well for Tars. Over the ball. Sam Godden, and a free kick paid. The free kick will go here to the Tiwi Bombers. Taken and taken quickly. Tars coming through in numbers, need to be clean here, and they're not. It's fallen here to Adam Tippenwood. He evades one tackle, not the second. Gary Mary couldn't quite get the kick away. Palapur Mini with the handball. Tipping under Mary now, can't pick it up cleanly. Very difficult conditions here. And a trip will be called, and again this is going to go to the Tiwi Bombers at centre half forward. So Patrick Heenan with the free kick directly in front of goal. But actually in these conditions, difficult kick. It is a difficult kick. Paddy Heenan has had a great season so far for the Tiwi Bombers. And this week, I understand he signed with Thunder. So Patrick Heenan approaches the man on the mark. Kicks from 53 metres out. That's a handy looking kick. Punched through by the Tars defence for a behind. So they move on to 1-2-8. Leading Waratah yet to score. Tars deep into the back pocket now, looking for some clearance. Kick out towards the wing. Ball gets over the top. Bonaghetti at the back, gets the mark, tries to fend him off, got clear, gave the handball away using his strength. Ball knocked towards the boundary line. Desperate effort came from Hay. Ball goes back towards the out of play, stays just in the field of play, and the Tars trying to settle it down just a little bit. The kick was okay. Mark taken on that far side of the ground, nothing much on offer. Into the middle they go. The glue patch is there. Sitting at the back, reaching over the top, trying to take it was Blake. Couldn't get it. Too many Tiwi Bombers got to him. Oh, he held on without the foot. He's given away a free kick. And again, they win it. The Tiwi Bombers getting so much of the ball, looking really dangerous. Tars looking a little bit predictable there, Charlie, just quickly. That was the first cross field that they had a crack at, and they turned it over. So the mark taken there, Simon Munkara. Good lead from him, just kept his eyes on the ball and kept his body in front. So Munkara ignores the lead there from Adam Tippenwoody, who's already on the board with a goal early in this match. Just taking his time here, Simon Munkara, very experienced player. The rain starting to fall a little bit more heavily here. Kick on its way. Good looking kick off the boot. That's the second on the board for the Tiwi Bombers. 2-2-14, leading Tars yet to score. Well, I will say this, in these conditions, that was a very good kick. You can see just held on there. Good free kick paid by umpire Panja. Ross Tungatalam sends it in deep, front position. And in the end, a chest mark juggling. The ball just knocked out there at the end. But Tars playing a little bit predictable, Charlie. They're playing that far side. Tiwi's worked that out. Monaghetti is setting himself up there. And then that cross then, they had a contest, but it was already 3-on-1. Sam Nicholas to do the ruck work now for Tars. That's him there with the red beard. Redbeard gets up and taps it down, leaves it in the middle. No one able to get it. The kick went wide though, came out into the hands of Bradley Palapamini. All class here, the Tiwi Bombers from this early stage. Finds the target yet again in the middle. Gee, I tell you what, Tars just can't get their hands on the footy here. Here's the kick forward, down towards the half-forward line inside 50. Punch from the back, ball lands on the ground. Can they get clear? Trying again to get out. Hayes had plenty of it. He's the only defender doing all the hard work back there. Knocked towards Sam Nicholas. Little toe poke inside 50. Tiwi Bombers on the catch. Put it down deep into the forward pocket. Rolls towards the boundary line. Kick forward there. Waddell was good. Out towards the wing, and the mark taken by Blake. Well done to Matthew Blake, making good position already in this game a number of times. From half back now, the raking left footer, straight down centre wing. No mark taken there by Lachlan Collyhole. Ball up towards centre wing by the Tiwi Bombers. Nice little handball, comes out to Harley Purantutta Merry. The left footer, up to centre half forward. Munkara, Simon, couldn't handle cleanly. Looking for the ball on the outside, Jeffrey Simon. And the umpire says, I will have it on the paint of 50. Tiwi Bombers working very hard in attack. They've been very effective thus far. Nicholas up high. Had a second crack at it, did well. Got it out to Blake, good hands. The run here of Sam Godden for Tars. Kicks long, inside 50. And the Tiwi Bombers are going to take this away almost immediately, or are they? No, there's a turnover. There's a shot on goal here. Lachlan Collyhole. And the mark taken by Jason Purantutta Merry, the ever reliable
And so he starts to run from fullback, takes a bounce inside the back pocket. Handball is okay, gives it to Dunn. Michael Dunn with a little chip kick over the top was okay. Put it in the direction of Jack Munkara. Goes back to Michael Dunn. In fact, it's not done, but the handball came away anyway for the Tiwi Bombers. Kick up towards the wing, just short of Paddy Heenan. Got the climb from the back. Couldn't get it. Ross Tungatallum with the knock. Landed in the hands here of Waddell. Tried to get it clear, couldn't. Little kick up field and the mark taken. Sliding at the footy as Heenan comes over the top. But a desperate mark there. Some desperation showed early stages here. This is Bartlett with it. And he goes towards the forward pocket. Kick goes over the top. Landed in the hands there, but not able to take the mark. The Waratah player in the pocket. Gathered up here by the Tiwi Bombers. Kick up towards the wing and dropping back, taking a strong mark, Westerberg.
Westerberg, good player he used to. And Ashley, 50 metres?
Yeah, just inside the mark. Westerberg went to go, and the player hadn't retired from the area, and that was Bradley Palapamini. And automatic 50. I was going to say that Waratahs have only been inside 50 once, but there's a bit of a difference from last week. Their forwards last week really worked hard at keeping that ball inside the 50. Not seeing that so far. And Tars are up and about running in. Tiwi are up and about running in numbers and helping their teammate out. So turn around in fortunes here.
Zach Westerberg now to have the shot on goal. Good kick off the boot by the big man. And he'd only just come onto the ground too. Took the mark, 50-metre penalty, put the goal on the board. So the Tiwi Bombers are leading 2-2-14 at Waratah, 1 straight 6.
Well, important circuit breaker there for Tars. You can see there that they've actually got a few numbers around the ball in the contest, but Zach Westerberg has probably been one of the most underrated ruckmen this season across the NTFL. He's been Bradley Palapamini just not retiring from the area there, number 4. But Zach Westerberg has been one of the most underrated ruckmen in the competition. He's most undersized as well, I would say to you.
I'm not sure why they have that the ball-up area there in that mud patch, really. You'd think you'd set it to one side of that. That's very difficult. And then Westerberg with the left hand got the tap down. They tried to get it out. Tiwi Bombers couldn't. Little kick off the ground, vacant half-forward line. Tars will get there first, overrunning the footy. Left it behind. Desperate second effort was pretty good, though. Tiwi Bombers emerged with the footy. Little kick over the top, turnover. Wasn't real good. Finished up with Westerberg for another touch. He's across half-back. He looks up towards the half-forward line, a wobbly old kick. He's got a teammate, got very high, spillage straight into the hands of James Ray. Gave it off nicely. Kick forward was pretty good here by Bartlett, down towards the half-forward line, or down towards the forward pocket. Gets to Dunn cleaning up. Oh, he's a clever player. Michael Dunn in the back pocket, takes on a couple, chipped it around his body. Dangerously, found the target though. Jason Purantatameri turned it over. They got hold of him. And they gave away the free kick. Moment gone for Tars there. They had a real chance.
Well, if he just 2 seconds earlier and he was gone holding the ball for my money.
Well, there we are, the Tiwi Bombers. It's the way they play. The long kick now up towards the glue pot. No mark taken. Tars 3 on to 2 here. What can they do with it? Brock Oval dealt out a handball. Socket away now by Jared Hay. Out towards left half forward. Trying to pick it up for the Tiwi Bombers, Jeffrey Simon. The Tars back onto it. Bugler, nice kick. Good hands almost there by Colliehole. No mark taken. Tars hunting in numbers here. Tiwi Bombers held on to. Play on, says the umpire. That defence again. Michael Dunn recovers, deals out a handball. Socket off the ground. Mark taken out here. Tars will be back into attack momentarily. Shane Tippermundamerry couldn't mark the ball. The high up and under on 50. Who's going to wait underneath that? The Tiwi Bombers do. Now a kick out. Dumped away. Jeffrey Simon underneath it there for the Tiwi Bombers. Will they play advantage? They will. And off they go on centre wing. Ball in the hands of Harley Purantatameri. He's going to have a bounce in the lime green boots. Handball's inboard. Goes back to Jeffrey Simon, who started this. Jeffrey Simon, good kick up through centre half forward. Falls into the hands here of Dion Munkara. Wheels around, goes to Austin Wanameri. And he marks the ball inside 50, within distance here.
Certainly so, and the ever-reliable Austin Wanameri as well has a way of finding space. And he did then. Dion Munkara again injects himself into the game. What I like though, Charlie, is that Tiwi have taken some risks here. Harley Purantatameri wants to bounce in these conditions. Last week they couldn't get away with it as Austin Wanameri.
The long bomb on goal here. That's a super kick. They've got their 3rd goal on the board. So they now lead 3 goals 2 to 1 straight. 20 to 6.
Well, again, Austin Wanamiri has, for the second half of this season, set himself up as the go-to guy up forward. And this is what has turned out here. Dion Mankara on the lead. And then looks quickly, gets it on. And there is Austin Wanamiri. And this has been a bit of a problem for Tars early on. They've had a little bit of loose checking up forward.
So umpire takes it back into the middle. There's Austin Wanamiri going back for that kick, and it was a good one. The former Melbourne Demons player. Had a lot of AFL experience and just a handy player for the Tiwi Bombers. Westerberg's going to do the ruck work here against Monaghetti. Tars win the kick out of the middle. It was a hurried scramble, kick out towards the wing. Gathered there and kicked forward by Smith. Jamie Smith deep to the forward line. Good defensive punch towards the boundary line. Chased out there wide by Babui. Picks it up and spears it along the boundary line. Finds Dion Mankara on the lead. Across half back and go with the left boot. Good kick too. Gave it off to Paddy Heenan, and they work this beautifully. The kick is out very wide. Getting there for Tars with the big fist was Ellis. Punched it towards the boundary line. He's got a couple to beat. One of them is Harley Puruntatameri. Ball's on the ground. Harley wins it. Takes a bounce. Has a look. Says, catch me if you can. Dropped it on the left boot. Pumped it inside 50. Found the target running down there. And Tiwi Bombers just can't miss targets.
No, their use of the ball this week is much better than they were last week, and I've got to say to you, they're taking risks as a quick play on, and he's found another target. I'm just looking over here. That looks like Austin Wanamiri again. In fact, it is. And Austin Wanamiri will go back and have another shot at goal, having just kicked Tiwi's third. He'll have a shot lining up for his second, Tiwi's fourth. He's only going to be kicking from about 35 out. Bit of a tight angle, but well within distance and range. On his right foot, sets it up high and long. The goal umpire doesn't move, and the all clear is given.
Wow.
That's a great kick.
Yeah, but Tiwi have come out of this. Tiwi have jumped out of this quarter in much the same way that Saints did last week. Tiwi were a little bit flat at the start of the quarter last week and at the start of the game last week, and they paid for it, couldn't recover. They've come out this week. They've rejuvenated, they've regrouped, and they're showing it out there on the paddock at the moment, Dom.
Just about to set here again for the ruck contest. Nicholas in ruck up against Jack Monaghetti. Two big men. Monaghetti playing particularly well in the early stages here, and he wins this ruck tap out. Great smother there by Dion Mankara again off his Waratah opponent. Tumbles a punt up inside 50. And Austin Wanamiri pinged for holding the man before he was in possession on that occasion. So Tars now just looking to steady things a bit here. Kick coming to Abe Ankers, takes that mark. Where's he looking now? The short passes on in midfield. So Brodie Carroll on the left boot. That's a nice kick out to centre wing. Tars building steadily here. And Nicholas involved in the play again. Takes the mark at left half forward. Looks to go long. The lead is on. No mark taken. Good tackle laid by Jason Puruntatameri. The ball underneath the Waratah player, but the umpire says there was no opportunity to really get that free. And there'll be a ball up. Outside 50. Players set themselves. Again, Monaghetti up high over Nicholas. Ankers will be there first. Gets a little kick away. Puruntatameri unloads for the Tiwi Bombers, running strongly onto the ball here with Shane Tippermundamerry. Ball spills free. Ellis for Tars, pulled down. Deemed to be in possession, said the umpire. Handball comes out. Dion Mankara is left on the ground injured. Nice little handball there from Jack Mankara. Tiwi move forward. Adam Tipungwuti, ball in hand. He's been elusive in this first quarter. Into the dangerous position. Austin Wanamiri being held on to. Ross Tangatalam gathers, snaps on goal. And he kicks his first for the afternoon. The superstar from the Tiwi Bombers. 5-2-32 Tiwi. Waratah, one straight, 6.
And once again for the Bombers, it's that rebound off that half-back midfield area that sends them forward. As we see, it comes out sharp handball there from Jack Mankara. Straight over the top. Tipungwuti just turns, swivels and goes. Perhaps Austin Wanamiri was a bit unlucky here. You see a handful of jumper. but falls into the hands of Ross Tungatalam, who doesn't miss from there.
And didn't he know? I mean, as soon as he dropped that on his boot, it was halfway towards the goal, and he's given a fist pump. Ball up in the middle here. Nicholas got the tap down, did pretty well. They need some clearances out of the middle. Bonagatti says, not on my watch. Handball was okay, though. Finished here to James Ray. Got on the right boot, pumped it deep down in the forward line. Out of position. Michael Dunn in front takes a strong mark out in front of Kim Cantilla. Crosses the goal line with it. Deep into the other forward pocket. Back pocket, rather, and gives it off to Roy Farmer. Farmer's kick is short, and he gives it off to Babui. So Silvani Babui. 32 plays 6. It's an avalanche for the team from over on the Tiwi Islands. The Bombers looking $1 million early in the game. Down the corridor they go. Straight in the hands of Albert Tippenwoody. Runners coming from behind. That's what they do well. Bradley Palapamini is one of them. He's a long way from the play, though. Kick down forward. Ball knocked to ground. Ross Tungatalam looking for it. Didn't go for it, though. Handball over the top. Just a little touch on it was fantastic. Regathering it and going forward. Gary Purantata Mary inside 50. Dion Mankara goes back, kicks for goal, and kicks another one. Would you believe it? It is raining goals for the Tiwi Bombers.
Fantastic teamwork, and they are responding, and they are doing what in football terms you call the 1%ers. They're doing the smother, and here we go again. It's that run off the half-back line, sets it up, sets them forward, gets them moving. All right, he takes off, sends it in deep. This is what they're good at, Tiwi. And then they're doing those 1%ers, putting the ball carrier under pressure, as we see there. Hurried handballs, great smother.
Gary Purantata,
yeah.
Great effort.
And then the hurried kick away and the shot on goal. And here we go again. Dion Mankara, fantastic.
Austin Wanamiri has a couple. Tap from the middle there. Zach Westerberg leaves it on the ground. Adam Tippenwoody down the corridor he goes. It's a good kick. Searching for Wanamiri, didn't find him. Heenan with a little toe poke. Into the pocket he goes, into the danger area. It's in front of goals. They've got to desperately push it out of there, the red and whites. Can they do it? They want it, but they're not going to get it. Harley Purantata Mary got to it. He lost it, though, off hands and out of play. Deep down in the forward line. They just get it down there so quickly. It's breathtaking footy from the Bombers.
It is at the moment. This is what people come to see, and I can tell you now, if they can sustain this for 4 quarters and they do manage to get it on, then you'd be looking at an extra 500 people at the finals next week.
Boundary throw-in was a good one. Players competing for it strongly. Tars come away with it, but it's going to come straight back at him. Roy Farmer up from the back pocket. Talk about putting the pressure on. Backline standing at half forward for the Tiwi Bombers. Long bomb. Target is Gary Purantata Mary. Belted away there by the ruckman in Zach Westerberg, and he did a good job to see it out of bounds. And it's all going to start again, Ashley. It
is. I was just looking at this matchup here. Justin Bugler has come forward. He started as a half forward in this game. I think he's either too far forward or he's not far enough back. He either go to full forward or he goes to half back.
Gee, you don't give teams... There's a kick out of mid-air. Don't tell me. Right on the goal line.
I think that's a goal.
Hands. Austin Wanamiri. I reckon he got that and kicked the goal.
No, it was Purantata.
It was Gary Purantata Mary. Wow.
I don't think he grabbed it. I think he's just kicked it straight out of the air. Let's just wait and see this replay. Well, there's a contender for the goal of the year, if ever there was one. Here we go. He contests, doesn't even bother.
That is amazing.
That's as good a goal as you'll see in any competition anywhere.
That'll do for a Soccer World Cup, if you don't mind.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a great goal.
Do you know, some days...
When your confidence is up, Charlie?
Yep. Sometimes things just don't work for the other team, and at the moment... It's all of the play here with the Tiwi Bombers. You get 6 goals in front.
You can't defend against that.
It's tough in these conditions.
You can't defend against that.
Up it goes. Zach Westerberg goes up by himself. Purantata Mary again just didn't bother going up in the ruck contest, and the Tiwi move it forward. Oh, strong play in the middle of the ground, and the free kick is going to come back here to Matthew Blake. In fact, there for the Tiwi Bombers, Nicholas Gooch. Out wide. He's found Sam Godden. Godden now looking for a teammate up through centre half forward. There's Matthew Blake. Terrible play there by Sam Waddell. We haven't had to say that too many times this season, but that was cut off there by the Tiwi Bombers. The kick into midfield, that wasn't going where they wanted it to go either. And cut off now by James Ray. What can they do with it? Players moving in space here. Matthew Blake again, he's worked hard in this first quarter for little reward. That's come off the side of the boot. And the Tiwi Bombers again. Marking on the chest there was Sam Dyke, off to Roy Farmer, kicks out wide. Now Bradley Palapulmini has another opportunity.
So Bradley Palapulmini out on that far side of the ground, looks and Michael Dunn inside, ignores that, and then he's going to go to the glue pot or the edge of, and finds Paddy Heenan. Done talking to him. Heenan looks around the corner, sees Ross Tunga tell him, gee, that's not a bad 3, is it? And the kick out wide here. Jack Munkara, that's not a bad 4. Controlling the footy here. Back to Ross Tunga tell him.
Siren sounds.
Wow, what a quarter of footy. Sensational quarter of footy from the Tiwi Bombers. 7-2 to a goal. Quick comment from Ash Manakaris.
I think we've seen Tiwi up and about today. They are determined to stake their claim in the final 5, and they've demonstrated that in the first 20-odd minutes, 25 minutes of this game. 7 goals to 1. One absolutely cracking goal out of Gary Purintatameri.
Quarter time here at the Tracy Village Oval in Darwin. The Tiwi Bombers 7-2. Waratah's a goal.
Turn one way out of the defensive half and there's nothing there, use it long and wide. And then I'll tell everybody else.
38 points the margin. If you've just joined our coverage, look at that. 7-2 to a goal in pretty tough conditions. High jump from the middle was done pretty well by Westerberg. And then a scramble kick went forward there by Pierport Jimmy. Sitting underneath it, Ross Tungatulum couldn't get a clean possession away. They want to steady this game down just a little bit, the Warriors. Off the left boot, the kick forward there by Blake was okay. Got it into the hands of Godden. Got into the pocket is okay. Underneath the footy too far though. Ball goes towards the boundary line. Handball over the top. Got it off to Sam Dyke. He went to ground with the footy. He's trapped over. No, he's not. I thought he was trapped over the top. He wasn't. Pack gets over the top of Moore. Holds the footy up and it does finish up under him. And the umpire will come in and ball it up.
Much better use of the ball early there, Charlie. But I will say this, Sam Godden, I know he was looking for Bugler. There was a big hole at the back there in that goal square. Bomb it.
Ball tossed up. Westerberg wins it. Initially to the advantage of Tars. Tip Mundamerry trying to get a kick away. Ross Tungatulum had an airy. Ross Tungatulum, he's just given away a free kick there. He's ripped one of the Tars players over the ball. And a free kick paid, and rightly so too. Sam Godden will be on the receiving end of that. So Godden to take that. He's normally a good kick of the ball. Interesting, actually, you talk about that entry into forward 50. When we saw Dion Moncaro do that in the first quarter, he drilled the pass low. Godden didn't do that then and sat it up and gave Tiwi a chance. No, and the handball off here. Ashley, sorry to interrupt. And the kick from Jamie Smith veers off to the right. Can someone take a mark? No, they can't. Ball on the deck. The snap is mopped up beautifully there by Jason Puruntatameri in the goal square. He's called to play on. And the umpire then stops that. I think he might have actually stepped across the line or went through the wrong direction when he went to play on. I don't know, we'll see a replay, but that's a point. There's the call, so that is a point. So Puruntatameri now brings the ball back in after that point. Almost a strong mark there by Smith. Ball almost came back to him. It's a moment of almost. He's almost got hold of Ross Tungatulum, but he's escaped. Handball off to Monagatti. It's taken high. And Monagatti will take that free kick now at right half back. Almost gave away a 50 there. Went on with it a little late. Monagatti has it. He's a giant of a man. The big bomber Ruckman kicks up forward, punch from the back, had to be a real good one too. Knocked it clear today, Bankers, comes out wide, a little bit of fumble. Picked up though this time by Orville, he's a good player, Orville. They get to him, he got the kick away just in the nick of time, down towards the half forward line. Good defensive work back there, Tiwi Bombers. They are slick in defence. Handball out towards Roy Farmer, chips it out wide, kicks it out the far side of the ground. Ross Tungatulum to the middle with the kick. A very good one. Now they can go forward. Here's the kick of Shane Tipperman-Tamiri down towards the half-forward line. Dropping back in defence, strong mark taken. Tim Mosquito. Tim Mosquito now looks to bring the ball back into midfield. Goes to Ray. Out wide here. Nice mark taken by Godden. Immediately onto the left boot. Drills in a low pass. Lachlan Collyhole taken front on. He's down and Jason Puruntatameri is away with the ball. Lovely delivery out to Adam Tipungwuti. Has a bounce if you don't mind in these conditions. Pops it up into forward 50 and a great grab taken by Sam Waddell. So Waddell's kick and he just tried to put it over the top of that man there and he wasn't able to. Paddy Heenan wins it and then kicks it out wide. Long wide kick. Jack Munkara comes off the wing, goes to the pocket with the kick. Lands a little short, gave a chance there to take the mark was Tim Mosquito. Ball towards the boundary line. Tim Mosquito taken away from the footy without it. Is going to draw the free kick. Deep across the half-back line and he can clear. Ross Tungatulum just limped off a minute ago, Charlie, just with a little bit of a ankle injury by the looks of it. Short little kick across the dangerous back line. A little bit of sparring going on there. And now the kick. Intended for and will find Matt Blake. Takes it just inside the boundary line, standing on the mark. Harley Puruntatameri, kick over the top. Big fist from the back. Dyke got there. Gather up work was done by Westerberg with the handballs okay. The kick just couldn't get to his teammate Godden and rails out of play up towards the half-forward line. 7-2 to 1-1. Tiwi Bombers leading early in the second quarter. They've really had to work hard to get that ball out of there. Now what they've got to do, Tars, if they get it in their 50, work hard to keep it in there. Nicholas up in ruck against Puruntatameri. The big men wrestle. Puruntatameri tries to slap it away. Tipperman-Tamiri gets it further. So too with a little toe poke. Jeffrey Simon, well done. And now they lay the tackle and hold it up immediately. Oh, and No disposal is the call. So the free kick here will go to the Tiwi Bombers in the form of Silvani Babui. He flicks it out wide immediately, goes to Shane Tipmundamerry under pressure. Well done there from Blake. Paddy Heenan comes in, tosses the ball to his advantage. Handball back to Tipmundamerry, beautiful, good support. Close to the boundary line. Harley Purantattameri caught, disposes of the ball and out of bounds.
Gee, Harley lucky to get away with that. He went the 360, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And I got to say to you, how about the silky skills of Paddy Heenan just then in those conditions? Fantastic.
Classy. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Here's the almost the 360, you'd reckon. Here's the throw in directly in front of us here at the Tracy Village Oval. We're bringing you this match from here because the TIO Stadium is having a rest. It's finals in the NTFL next week. Here's the kick forward, was a pretty good one too, off the boot of Abankers down towards the forward line. Chance for Godden, back towards the boundary line. The defence of the Tiwi Bombers standing up pretty well. And a knock on the head there to Henry Karanua. Goes towards the boundary line. He might have got a cut out of all of that. His head is hanging down, but there'll be a throw in. Umpire's going to have a look. No, he's okay.
Bit of push and shove there, Charlie. Little feeling coming in now. Tars wanting to lift.
Tars needing to muscle up a bit here, and they've got the physical approach happening. Taken out of the contest there was, looks like Ross Tungatullen.
Yep, back on.
Back onto the ground.
High tackle.
So his right boot kick was an immediate turnover. It's gone to Brodie Carroll. Brodie Carroll passes off to Sam Waddell. Well, that certainly did not work. The ball spills now to Bradley Palapum, and he holds onto it as long as he could. Tries to flick out a handball there to Dion Munkara. Tars do well to get in the way there initially through Carroll, but the turnover's immediate and comes back to Dion Munkara. Fell over at an inopportune moment. Paddles it through the legs, if you don't mind. Albert Tipungwuti on the spot, but Tars regaining possession here. They need to regain a bit of composure as well if they've actually ever had it in this game. Andre Ellis did well. The 1-2 with Sam Waddell. Under pressure straight away from Gary Purantattameri. Here comes the turnover. Oh, Nicholas did beautifully. Got it away to Ellis. Flares out wide. Goes out there to Cameron Barrett. And could not get hold of the ball before the boundary line. So it'll be a boundary throw in right half forward favouring Tars.
Well, look, Tars have lifted their intensity at the start of this second quarter. We're 2 minutes in. But equally, Tiwi are equal to it, and they are really putting the ball carrier under pressure. And what you've seen is Ellis make a mistake, send it out of bounds.
Nicholas with the tap down. Little kick forward here. Henry Karanua off the left boot, curled it around to centre half forward. Landed it well inside 50. Gathered in this time by Oval. Oval's a good player, I said before. Kicks it down towards the forward line. Only running into Dyke back there. Takes a strong mark. And then clears it out wide. And the Tiwi Bombers draw a free kick. And they can go across field now off the boot of Pio Port Jimmy. Finds Michael Dunn, shrugs one tackle, eludes another one, off the right boot, kick is magnificent to Randy Mungatopi. He's out on the wing with the kick. Oh, it's a good one, down towards the half forward line, fisted away towards the boundary line, not able to keep it in Jack Munkara, and it rolls out of play. 44 plays 7. Early in the second quarter. It's just scintillating footy, isn't it?
Yeah, as we just see Thomas McEntee, one of the umpires there, getting a statistic. He'll have to pay a fine on Wednesday for that. I tell you what, Tars would be in more strife than they are at the moment if it wasn't for Sam Waddell.
Ball tossed in well. Nicholas gets the tap out, but in the direction of the fleet-footed Tiwi Bombers. On here to Adam Tipungwuti. Had the snap with the left boot. Simon Munkara can't take the mark deep in the pocket. And it's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Geez, actually, they win it and then they lose it immediately.
Well, the ball carrier's being put under pressure. So the ball carrier's been put under pressure, which I think goes to the symbol of the intensity of the game, adding with the conditions.
Nicholas up against Austin Wanameri here. Wanameri won it down. Fortunately for Waratahs, they gained the next possession off the boot of Tim Mosquito now. Tars coming through their defensive 50 well. Good chain of handballs. Nicholas, a poor kick. Karanua there. Tom Maddox did well to slap it to the advantage initially of Cameron Barrett. Picking up beautifully here is Simon. Goes out to Pio Port Jimmy. Perhaps fortunate to be paid the mark there. But Pio Port Jimmy now inside 50. Waddell up high. Ball falls to the back. Austin Wanameri dragged off, but he did not have it. And he will be paid the free kick. And almost Waddell giving away the 50-metre penalty there. So Austin Wanameri an opportunity for his third.
Well, Jack Mankara's just out to the right there, all on his own. No one within 10 or 15 metres of him. Watch the come in and the free kick. And, well, he didn't grab him high, but he did grab him without the football. And so that's holding the man.
Austin been around too long not to make sure that every umpire saw that.
Yep, even at the other grounds.
Austin Wanameri, kick on its way, starts it right. Oh, gee, they came back slightly for him, but it's gone through for another behind. So the Tiwi Bombers, they move on to 45. Waratah, 7, only 5 minutes in to this second quarter.
The Tars need a goal is an understatement, and that kick is poor. It is really poor. Austin Wanameri on the slide takes the mark. Gee.
He anticipated that beautifully, Charlie.
Yeah. He did indeed, didn't he?
He's
all that
great
experience.
Reader of the football. Great read of the football, where it's going to go next. He's their only multiple goal scorer, and they've had 6 goal scorers, Charlie. Tiwi.
And he's had a sighter at that end already, so don't write him off here. He's hard out against the boundary line. 45 plays 7. 6 goal scorers, and he's got a couple of them. Austin Wanameri, former Demon, from the boundary line, is going to leave it to the near side and come up with a minor score. And Tars going to have to try and get out of that problem area. And this time they can find a target out in that far side of the ground, Jimmy Ray. Jimmy Ray goes further, comes out of the hands of Collie Hole. And out of play. Wow, what a game of footy. I'll just remind you, they're playing for a spot in the finals. The team that lose here packs it up, puts it away for a year.
And again, they're persisting with that far side of the ground, Charlie, and I don't know why when Bugler was over here on his own.
Monagatti winning that ruck tap out. Godden at the fall of the ball did well. And the umpire says there'll be a free kick here. It's going to go for a throw. So Adam Tipungwuti to take the ball. And Godden's given away 50 here. In fact, it's Westerberg who's given away the 50.
Gee.
Not good signs there, Ashley.
No, bit of frustration creeping in. They're working hard, Tars, they feel, but realistically, Tiwi, with their own intensity, are matching them every step of the way and outstripping them every other way.
They have. Waratah clearly came out at the beginning of this second quarter with greater intensity.
Majo looking very, Michael McLean looking very pensive there, of course, former Western Bulldogs player.
Those fingernails are getting a workout. Adam Tipungwuti from directly in front here bangs through the Tiwi Bombers first of this second quarter, so he breaks the deadlock. No goal up until that point in time. It's taken almost 8 minutes, but they're on the board, and they move now to 8-4-52. Waratah 1-1-7.
No, the throw was there clearly. There was a one-handed handball. No problems with that.
And Adam Tipungwuti's become the second multiple goal scorer too for the afternoon.
And then the 50's paid.
Too much yap. Look at that score, 52-7. Tracy Village Oval.
Yeah, in these conditions, Charlie, it's also very accurate goal kicking as well, 8 goals 4. But Adam Tipungwuti has now become a multiple goal scorer, and there's only 2 for Tiwi.
Interesting change being made here. Bugler has gone back into defence, and Sam Waddell going up into the forward 50 for Waratah.
That's not a bad move. They've only met once this year, these two teams, and Tiwi Bombers won 20 goals 8 to 15-8, so high scoring game. I don't know if we'll get that high today. He's trying to get the kick forward. Godden went high, caught with the footy, ball left on the ground, just working his way through there. Bradley Palapamini, kick down towards the half forward line, runners everywhere, just seem to find targets with ease. This time off the boot of Dion Mankara, down in towards the forward line, ball on the ground. Waratah's under enormous pressure, and this little kick off, Ellis gets it out wide, cut off out there by none other than Patrick Heenan. Heenan's kick down towards the forward line, big climb, and they've given away a free kick. So down there, the free kick will go to Nicholas. It was parked underneath that as the step ladder.
I think there's a slightly courageous move by Majo to move Waddell down as we see the push in the back there. Yeah, when I was well up before acceptances. He's looking for a competitor in that forward line, but he's also sent his best defender down there.
So Waratah now bringing the ball out through defensive 50. The long kick up to half-back. Mark taken well there by Jared Hay. Hay calling players to him. Now the target, Waddell, who's just been moved there. And the Tiwi Bombers, they take it away almost immediately. Jason Purantata-Mary did beautifully. Handball up through centre wing. Good pressure put on there by Ray. And the ball pushed out of bounds. So a boundary throw in at centre wing.
And straight away we see Waddell contest, which is what Michael McLean is looking for up forward. He's looking for someone who will actually contest in the air and have a crack at bringing that ball down.
Tom Maddox there. Nicholas looking on as well. Here's the throw in. Ruck work to be done by Westerberg. Whistle goes. Going to be a free kick out of all of that, and it's going to go to Bonaghetti. I can understand the frustration of Waratahs, but Tiwi's just doing all the right things and using the ball beautifully. Kick wide to Jack Munkara. Has it on the edge of the glue patch in the middle. Then goes back and kicks high. It's a wobbly old kick down towards the half-forward line, parked underneath it, taking a strong mark. Beautifully done back down there by Bugler. Good defender he is. Stand up to the task whenever it's asked of him. Little kick out wide to Hay. Busy today, Jared Hay, amongst their better players for Tars. And here's his kick. He's got a player in some space. Got over the top. Hard run, James Ray. Trying to break his way through was Oval. Ellis now to go and get it. Give it to me, says Randy Mungatopi. Ellis another chance to get it. Didn't get it. Spillage comes out towards James Ray. He's caught with the footy over the top. Draws the free kick and gets it just backward of the wing. Tracy Village Oval's where the footy is.
James Ray with ball in hand delivers and delivers well. The hard-working Matthew Blake on that left foot. Into a dangerous position. Contest there at centre half forward. No mark taken. The ball towed away by Dunn. Tipmunda gets himself in front, which is where the Tiwi Bombers have been all afternoon. They wrap it up here. Oh, it almost came out there. Lachlan Collyhole working hard to rip it away. Tipmunda slaps it away. Waratah now take it through Gooch. Still can't handle cleanly out here. Dunn close to the boundary line, and he's got it exactly where he wanted to put it. Boundary throw in again. 52 plays 7, 11 and a half gone in the second quarter.
Well, they've really held them here, Waratahs, but they need to be scoring, and they're looking much better through that midfield. They just got to get a little bit further forward.
Nicholas involved in the ruck work out there. Spills now into the hands of Abe Ankers. Player from Central Australia kicks it up towards half forward. Comes off the chest of a teammate. Going looking for the footy, Henry Keranua gives away the free kick. Michael Dunn with a little kick out wide, put it in the hands of Dion Munkara, dropped it first time, went looking again, somehow magically got it, just went with the left boot, magnificent little kick forward, gave it off to P.O. Port Jimmy, goes even further down to half forward. Oh, they're toying with them at the moment. Here's Jack Munkara out on the half forward line, punts it across the centre half forward. Hard at the footy. Tars defence works pretty good. Kick to the glue patch. 1 on 3 here. Have a look at this. What a task. Ball held up. Umpire has a look, says it's okay, I'll ball it up. It was a monumental task, but it didn't work out for the Tiwi Bombers.
Last player up there.
There's an injury here.
But, you know, they've dropped a couple of chest marks here, whereas the Tiwis are taking them, and that's proving to be quite a difference.
From that ruck contest, Gary Puruntatameri trying to take it away. The nice kick came from Harley Puruntatameri. Dion Munkara down behind play again. Tars working hard in the pack. Sam Nicholas with the handball, which just got cut off. Tars again at the bottom of the pack. Harley Puruntatameri laying the tackle there on Jared Hay. And failing to bring the ball out is his offence, as we see Dion Munkara, gentlemen, being carried from the field here. This is a left ankle or knee injury. As we watch the replay here, he gets caught in the pack. And there's another 50-metre penalty being paid here against Jared Hay. And Harley Puruntatameri being taken down to well within scoring distance, I would suggest.
Gee, you wouldn't want to leak some easy goals here, would you?
Well, they're doing exactly that, aren't they?
No, a lot of pressure. Dion Munkara is just to the left of our commentary position off screen, being attended to by trainers and helped. Just then on the replay, you saw his foot actually get caught underneath as he went down.
And Brenton Toy, obviously concerned, went straight to him and had a look at him while he was in the hands of the trainers.
So, the man with the lime green boots, Harley Puruntatameri, as Brenton Toy rings the changes on the sideline. Shot on goal. This is going to be good. He's happy. Harley Puruntatameri kicks his first for the afternoon. More importantly, the Tiwi Bombers march on here at Tracy Village, 9-4-58, leading Waratah 1-1-7.
Well, as we see the free kicks paid here, he dived on the ball and so was deemed to have not made any attempt to get rid of it, wrapped up by two Tiwi's players. And let's just say Tiwi at the contest have got 2 or 3, and then when they're spreading, their run and spread today has been exceptional, and they have really worked hard.
they have worked hard. And one of the things I think, Ashley, from the difference with their game last week was that they are in first for the ball this afternoon. They are first.
Yeah. They couldn't buy a free kick in that first 10 minutes last week, Tiwi. Totally different. Just quickly, there's only 2 multiple goal scorers for Tiwi. That's Adam Tipperwoody and Austin Wanamiri. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goal scorers out of their 9 goals.
Hunting in packs, the Tiwi Bombers, and it's rewarding them on the scoreboard. Vonnegutti beaten by Nicholas, did it pretty well. Vonnegutti goes in and cleans up, throws his fists around, all his elbows around in there, and somehow got himself free. Got the kick down towards the half forward line. And here's the kick. Getting underneath it. Not able to take the mark, though, the Tiwi Bombers. Whistle goes. There's a throw, I think, and it's going to be Blake to take the free kick. And he runs from just beyond the glue pot and kicks down towards the half forward line, leaves it on the ground for James Ray. Whistle goes, trying to work his way through. Godden draws the free kick, will just chip it over the top. Did pretty well. They've got free kick now. They're going to get their second goal a long way into the second quarter. Oval gets it. Seems as though the Tiwi Bombers a little confused by the whistles. Oval said, thank you very much, kick the goal.
And just then the way that they combine James Ray, Sam Godden, Brock Orville. Now, they're the midfielders that have really been the key for Waratahs all year. And so finally, but, you know, it was one Tiwi player disrupted 3 Tiwi players. Waddell was there on his hands and knees. Godden draws the free kick very cleverly and then gets it on quickly looking for Orville, who knew straight away what he had to do, played on quickly. I've got to say, Brock Orville's been well held today by the Tiwi Bombers. And they really needed to lift.
Look at the mismatch out there on Harley Burrentata Mary. Extraordinary.
Through the middle of the ground, Godden went the sock up, missed the ball completely. Munkara picked up, drilled it into forward 50, flat and hard. Austin Wanameri takes the mark. Gee, zipping past there, looking for the handball was Simon. Austin Wanameri says, no, I'm at 50, I'll have a crack.
And Bugler's got the job on Austin Wanamiri, and he's kicked a couple already. Could get 3 and become the leading goal kicker.
And he's had 2 cracks at it already this quarter, Charlie.
That's
Just
right.
had a few siders. Both of those were behinds. Oh, the siren sounds. He kicks, he kicks, he kicks, and he kicks a goal. Austin Wanameri, what a way to finish the first half. Tiwi Bombers, 10-4-64. Waratah 2-1-13. Austin Wanameri 3 goals. Quick comment here from Ashley Manakaros before we go to the half-time break.
Austin Wanameri directly in front of goal, 35 metres out. Very rarely misses. He missed 2 shots at goal in that quarter from acute angles, but he's now kicked his 3rd, and the Tiwi Bombers have kicked 10 for the half and done an amazing job in staking a claim in their top 5.
They're not that far away from a finals appearance. 38 points at quarter time, and the Tiwi Bombers take it out to 51 at half time. 10-4 to Tars 2-1. About to get underway here at the Tracy Village Oval. If you've just joined us, half-time, big lead to the Tiwi Bombers. 51 points over Tars, 10-4 to 2-1. And I remind you, they are playing for a spot in the finals. The loser bows out. The winner goes through to a final that starts next week. And we're playing at the Tracy Village Oval in Darwin because TIO Stadium has been given a rest ahead of the finals. Get the second half underway. Dominic McCormack.
Westerberg up against Monagatti. Westerberg went early and high, got a touch on it. Ray with a quick kick out. Bradley Palapurmini toe poked it forward. So did Tipperary. Out now to Munkara. That's Jack, his handball errant, cut off well. Ray to Mosquito. Haven't seen enough of Tim Mosquito this afternoon. Lovely kick though. And out to Sam Godden. He needs to lift, drills a pass in low to Waddell. Comes off his hands. Westerberg did well. Lined his body straight up at the ball, went to pick it up and was taken high. A little bit of a to-do with Dyke. Has to get on with it here, Westerberg. Don't muck around there. Westerberg long into the pocket. Off hands. Straight away, Puruntatameri came away. Lovely handball from Puruntatameri back to Jason Puruntatameri. From Gary to Jason. Oh, good mark. Bugler paid, so it should have been on centre wing. And he'll relieve here for Tars.
That was a 50-metre penalty there, and he took the mark. He knocked it out of his hand. Ashton, ball taken here, just backward at the wing. Now it's going to be 50.
So he didn't call play on there. What he said to him was, blew the whistle there to say, move along, Justin. Let's get this ball moving, and a 50-metre penalty. Charlie, in the break, we were talking about what's going on here. Michael McLean had a bit to say to the umpires as they came off, as we just see that marking contest there. Expressing his displeasure, probably a little bit unfairly at the umpires there, and I'm not just saying that because I'm part of that umpiring group, but I will say one of the problems with Waratahs, as Justin Bugler looks to come in.
Yeah, just pause for a second. He's going to have a shot from here. He's a long way out. He can kick a footy a long way. He's given it a real roost right down to the goal line and fisted away. Was it out of play deep in the back pocket? No, it's through for a minor score. So to bring the ball back into play, Roy Farmer.
Yeah, one of the problems I've seen here is the spread of Tiwi has really exposed how unaccountable Waratahs have been playing in terms of manning up as the ball comes back into play.
Roy Farmer gets that out wide to Adam Tipungwoody. Good tackle laid on Michael Dunn there, and the ball out of bounds. Bit of push and shove again there between them. We'll see a boundary throw-in.
I think that's the side of the game that we need to change very quickly for Tiwi. Some of their better players, Dion Munkara, Patrick Heenan, Jack Monagatti, have all done very well.
Speaking of Monagatti, straight into that ruck contest there. Got the ball down to a teammate in Patrick Heenan. He socketed it forward to centre wing. Picked up by Bugler. He slotted into that defensive position very nicely again, Bugler. Really making a difference, but when it gets down forward, as we see right now, the turnover is immediate. Ross Tongatulum. His kick cut off as it speared up towards centre wing, and Tim Mosquito taking the mark at centre wing.
Mosquito now drops it in short, using it pretty well. They're going to work this forward here. They're going to slow this game down. That might have been the instruction at half-time from a fired-up Michael McLean. Little kick out wide. You've got to hit targets with those. Those kicks are just not good enough. Put your teammate under pressure. Here's Barrett's kick, and they've turned it straight over. Tiwi Bombers on the rebound. They get behind that line, and then they'll get clear. Here's some terrific work put on here by Simon Munkara. Couple to beat. Even he couldn't beat them all. Ball won here by Ellis. Ellis goes along the boundary line, kicks it down towards Collyhole. A rare touch for Lachlan Collyhole. Off the left boot he goes, down towards a forward pocket. Comes off hand, gets over the back. Ball gathered in there as the whistle goes by Henry Keranua. And the whistle is gone. And it's going to be a free kick. I reckon it's going to be a Tars free kick.
It's going to go to Oval. He got sandwiched in this. Just watch the contest. Yeah, big push in the back there from the Tiwi's Randy Mungatobi.
So Brock Orville, he's kicked a goal in that second quarter, joining Zach Westerberg as the only goal scorers for the Waratah team. So Brock Orville. Angle, a little bit of a challenge. Distance not a problem for him. Spears at it, kicks it nicely. Like my old mate used to say, if there was a post in the middle, he would have hit it. Kicked the goal. He's got two.
Much better build-up. They've really started quite well here, Waratahs, but they're going to have to play a lot more accountable football, which I think they've started, but they're also going to have to be cleaner with their hands. And that's a beautiful pick-up there from Ellis. He was doing that regularly for Tars in the last couple of weeks. Collyhole looking in board, and then Brock Orville presenting himself. But this is Tiwi's, Tiwi's they've given away the free kick there, but they had multiple players around the ball carrier when it came down. And that's a sign of the way they've been playing all day. They've been playing with numbers and really benefiting.
Monaghetti up in ruck against Westerberg. With a dead heat. Godden again trying to impose himself. Monaghetti coming through strongly. Hit hard there by Smith for Tars. Ball comes out. Good tackle laid. Turn over to Godden. Godden on the left boot. The spiral punt up towards half forward. And for the first time this afternoon, Henry Kerenua taking a good mark. Chips forward quickly and cleanly and goes to Blake. I've called him the hard-working Matthew Blake a number of times this afternoon, and there he is yet again in the right forward pocket.
Too early in that first quarter, he worked so hard, didn't he? His teammates didn't respond for him, though.
Need more out of the man who delivered the ball to him as well. Henry Kerenua, hardly sighted. Good mark there on that occasion. Almost went to play on quickly there, Henry Kerenua, but slipped over and was probably a good thing. So Matthew Blake hard up against the boundary. Favours the left footer. Not that you would think so with that delivery. Out of bounds on the full. And Ashley, in those conditions, why not kick it to 20 metres out from the goal face?
Well, he was encouraged to have a shot, and he did. And then in trying to get that distance with the heavy ball, he's just hooked it slightly left. But
Henry Kerenua is coming from the ground too. He's got a left hand injury there, carrying that.
So here's a short little kick that comes out to Michael Dunn, takes the strong mark. He's a go-to player all the time, isn't he? And he wants to get it off to Bradley Palapamini, and he crosses the half-back line. And a good mark taken there by Kim Cantilla on the climb. Tiwi Islander playing for the wrong team, according to all the Bombers supporters. Here's his kick from outside 50, right to the goal line, long to the goal line. I reckon it's carried and gone all the way.
It's been touched.
Through for a minor score. It was a big kick. It almost got there.
He was, and they backed themselves, and they need those sorts of opportunities to come off to them to get themselves back in this game.
Creating a few already here, Tars, but the ball now out wide and long and out to centre wing. I thought a free kick might have been paid there. It wasn't. Adam Tipungwuti had 2 cracks at it. Delivers it up to half forward. Ross Tongatulum, handballs in front of himself. Was called to play on. Good attack at the ball out there by Jamie McCarthy. Great contest. Tars win the contest. Kim Cantilla, second touch in a minute, up towards 50. Wow, super glue on those hands. Bradley Palapamini, great mark. Rips the ball away again on the left boot. Out wide here to Randy Mungatobi. And the Tiwi Bombers steady yet again.
Back to Michael Dunn from half-back. Kicks it out towards the wing. Good kick. They can run forward here now. And it's gone a long way with the footy. Umpire says it's all okay, then pumps it inside 50. Punched away by the defence down there. They've got some runners getting to the ball here, the Waratah team. Can they get clear? They've left the footy behind. That's danger. Danger time here. Ball trapped underneath the player. Is he in trouble? No, he's not. He's lucky to get out of trouble there. And he was in real trouble, and it looked like a push, you thought?
Well, look, the key question is was the tackle legal in the start? Let's watch this replay. Godden dives on it, and then the player just falls on him.
So Adam Tipungwuti's kick to the pocket, and he finds Ross Tongatulum. How many times have we seen that today? Somehow he gets behind that line down there and takes good marks.
This will actually be the second shot he's had from that spot on the boundary line.
37 goals he's kicked this year. He's up there as the second most goals for the year behind Will Farrer.
And he's already got one today.
Well, that makes him 37. So here he goes now from along the boundary line, has a shot. The post was wobbling through for a minor score.
That wasn't far away, Charlie.
Kiss of death, Charlie.
Wow.
The intensity of the Bombers just goes up a notch, and very, very difficult when that happens.
Bugler slips over as he kicks the ball. Almost marked out there by Harley Purantatameri. Andre Ellis in there for Waratah. Both teams throwing themselves in here on the pack. What will the umpire call? He says, I'll have it. Still inside defensive 50.
They showed great ability to kick goals in a hurry last week, the Waratah team, but I was thinking in this first 5 or 6 minutes they'd want to have kicked a couple. They haven't.
Nicholas wins it down. Ellis just toe poked it to a teammate in Jared Hay who couldn't handle. And a throw now is called against the Bombers, so it will come back. In fact, it's called against Waratah. So Tiwi Bombers now with the free. Simon. Long kick. Looking out there for Albert Tipungwuti. Off hands. And a boundary throw in deep in that right forward pocket.
I think, Charlie, before you can kick those quick goals, you've really got to steady the ship and stop the flood and stop the work that's coming at you. And at the moment, the Bombers are working very hard. So we've seen a couple of surges forward by Waratahs in this third term, and I think that they just need a couple more of those, and they'll get some scores on the board. So
Simon Munkara, we thought, come off in that second term. We'll see if we can find out what the extent of the injury is. This has been held up on that far side there by Harley Purantata-Mary, trying to break his way out of it. Nicholas goes in, tries to get it. He can't get us. 8 or 9 players around the footy. It's just not coming out. Umpire's going to blow the whistle.
Interestingly, Charlie, and actually you see the Tiwi Bombers half back line is all sitting up here at half forward. No wonder Tars can't get the ball out. They're just continually pressing forward.
And they've still got a loose man across, which is Dyke, across half back and outside of camera range.
Up goes Nicholas. Wins it well. Knocked forward there by Hay for Tars. But again, it'll only yield another boundary throw. It's still inside Tars' defensive 50. 10.5 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Important time ticking away. And the Tiwi Bombers are leading 65-21. Nicholas wins it down. Toe poked forward. Coming through strongly. Godden. He's gotten all right. Luckily, he got the ball to boot. Another quick kick from Cantilla up into the middle of the ground. Blake pressured. Dunn with ball in hand, deals with it beautifully. Comes to Adam Tipungwuti. And the mark paid and taken beautifully there by James Ray for Waratah.
James Ray at the true centre half back, then peels it across, looks for Kim Cantilla, finds him, dropped the ball, gave it to Adam Tipungwuti in the pocket, sights him up, goes off the left boot, banks it to the goal square. Ball lands on the ground, whistle goes, free kick.
Marking infringement of the square there.
So lucky for the Waratah team, they were able to get it. Kick up towards Ray, just inside the defensive 50, kicks it out wide, gives it off to Godden. Godden off the left boot, keeps it low. Wasn't a good kick, made it really hard for the big man who couldn't take the mark. It was gathered in that time by Purantata-Mary, William Purantata-Mary. Kicked it down towards James Ray, dropped the mark, left it behind Ellis with the handball. And now the kick comes out wide off the boot of Godden, was pretty good. Out to that far side of the ground, and they can build from their ball in the hands of Timmy Mosquito.
Mosquito to centre half forward. Mark taken again there by Hay. Goes for the target of Colliehole. Dropped the mark. Blake trying to provide a shepherd. Colliehole in there again. Spun the 360. Ball ripped from him. No call from the umpire. Tiwi Bombers looking to tidy up now. Harley Purantata-Mary came through strongly. Barrett was there, couldn't handle. Ellis got an important handball away. Gee, Westerberg did beautifully to think his way through that. Got the handball away to Ellis. Dumped without the ball in the end. Westerberg now. Play on advantage is the call. The big man runs away. Long kick inside 50. Pack forms. Tars through Maddox over the ball. Blake again. Nice handball. Can they finish this off? Mosquito with the snap. And he's missed from 10 metres out.
Henry Karanura's about to come on. He's just changed his jumper to number 24 through to the blood rule. But they're the types of opportunities they've been working, got themselves forward. They just can't capitalise on them, which is a reward for what they've done in this third term.
So here's the kick out. Gains some meterage and then looked up. Searching and found Jeffrey Simon. Down towards centre half forward, sliding effort at the ball. Handball to the runner going past was grabbed. Patrick Heenan. Now off the left boot. Spearing kick. Wants Austin Wanamiri. Couldn't take the mark. Wanamiri gets there with that big bulk. Throws the big tackle on. Holds it up. Assistant comes Adam Tipungwuti. Ball held up. Gee. You'd think Tiwi Bombers were trailing the ferocity in that attack.
Their desperation is unquestioned.
Well, they're just so focused, aren't they? They got a rev up. We heard 3 players turned up a little late for the match, and they copped it by the coach in there, which might have really fired them up. Deep in defence here for the Warriors.
Hay delivers by hand back to Anchors. Anchors, the low trajectory kick goes to Orville. Orville just keeps on running, kicks long down the line. No particular method. Dunn drops the ball. Blake comes in again, takes possession, gets the ball away. Cut off out here by Randy Mungatobi, caught in the tackle. Play on, says the umpire. Crowd not happy. Sweeping handball for Tars, comes to Kim Cantilla. Brought down. Monagatti brought down by Westerberg, and Westerberg's hurt his shoulder here. Coming through strongly now, P.O. Port Jimmy. Gets it off again to Randy Mungatobe. The flyer was Simon. What a mark from Jeffrey Simon. And now he's rid of the ball, and the mark taken there by A-Bankers.
So Anchors to relieve the pressure. They were coming hard, then the Tiwi Bombers. Searches out wide, gave every opportunity to Waddell, who dropped the mark, and then he cleaned up. Spearing kick inside 50, finds Maddox on the slide, got to the footy.
Just brought it in.
And you know what? His teammates should get him and drop him in the mud. He's the cleanest man out there, Tommy Maddox.
He is. Tiwi were just playing a man down there. Monagatti came off, and no one was ready for him to come off. As we see that mark there.
Wow.
That's a great grab.
So Tom Maddox, he's a long way out. It's going to take a real good kick from him. He'll kick from probably just outside 50. Starts the journey. 65 plays 22. He's given it a real kick. Deep down into the forward line, off hands and out of play. Down in the forward pocket for Tars. Was it a point? It was a point. So the ball to be brought out by Jason Purantata-Mary from fullback.
Purantata-Mary to clear. Wonderful left footer, greatly skilled player. Finds Babui. Babui with the chip, looking for Ross Tongatullen. Ball clean bowled him, goes back in and lays the tackle. In there again. Good contest between he and Nicholas, and deliberate is the call against Ross Tongatullen. So the free kick to be paid to Tars there on centre wing. What can Tars do? 16 minutes gone in this third quarter. Time is against them. The long kick off hands. Gee, Jason Purantata-Mary putting some body on there. And Sam Waddell losing control. But at least Tars have got it down where they need it, Ashley.
They have. The challenge for them is keeping it in there. One of the things about Tiwi, which has been really impressive today, is their run out of that back line. You know, they've run and spread out of there, and they've maintained and kept doing it for the last 2.5 quarters.
Here's the throw in, overrunning it there was Bradley Palapamini. Handball comes out. James Ray was okay. Handball across to Waddell, who left it behind. They can kick 3 goals here. That's a challenge for Tars. They can get back in this game for the last quarter, but they don't look as though they're able to do it. There's a kick around the corner, rolls out towards the boundary line. Now they've got players down there loose. Smothering effort was pretty good. They've stolen at the Tiwi Bombers. They can't do wrong today. Kick towards the wing. Finds Simon Munkara. Takes a very good mark out there. He must be okay. Chips it back in field. Nice kick to Albert Tippenwoody. Looks out to his left and then goes right across the glue pot in the middle. It's a good kick. Finds the running Michael Dunn. How many times he does that? Run up from half back into the centre of the ground. That's a high tackle over the top. Free kick down here to the Tiwi Bombers. It's going to be given to Jack Munkara.
And again, it's that spring and it's that run. They are setting each other up and letting him onto it. And how does Shane Tapamata-Mary end up in the middle of the field on his own? That's the accountability I'm talking about. Harley Purantata-Mary is going to run past him through the screen there, and he's got no one with him. So
Shane Tapamata-Mary called to come back here on his mark. Yes, Tiwi players cruising around here at the moment. Unaccountable football.
Well, it's unaccountable football, but it's highlighted and exemplified by the run and spread of the way the Tiwis are playing at the moment. They are backing each other and working with each other and then giving themselves a chance.
So Tapamata-Mary crosses centre half forward. Kick on its way. It will fall short. Bugler came through. The soccer off the ground. They're calling for it being touched. Gary Purantata-Mary says, no way. That is a goal to the Tiwi Bombers, and that is Gary Purantata-Mary's second cracking goal for the afternoon.
I think someone's got to run out and just see if there's something wrong with Gary's hands, because that's 2 great goals. This is a great goal.
He's practicing that. He's rehearsing that back over at Warramah.
Well, I got to say to you, in that the one that he kicked in the first quarter there in the ruck contest, straight out of it, didn't bother. Same thing. He's just. I think someone's really got to go and see. Perhaps there's something wrong with his hands, Charlie.
Look at that score. My goodness. 11 goals, 5 to 3 goals, 5. 8 goals the margin. So from the centre, big punch out Nicholas. Just more in frustration than anything else. It's a chance for Tipperman Tamiri to get it. He didn't get it though. Went out wide and the kick went forward to Adam Tippenwoody. His kick is really good. He wanted Monagatti down there. Couldn't find him. Defensive work was terrific. Justin Bugler take a terrific mark. He's a good defender. Chips it out towards the wing. Just lands for Orville. Orville got clear. They got to him very quickly and dispossessed him. Adam Tippenwoody backwards with the handball. Gave it to Bradley Palapamini to the middle. Big punch away. James Ray was really good. That was some terrific defensive work from him. Handball into the slush in the middle. They can emerge with the footy. Here's Blake. Kicks it down inside 50. Gets right over the top. Plenty Tiwi players back out there. Kicked out wide. Left behind. Shredding his way through. Tim Mosquito goes for goal. Misses it out to the left. Comes up for a second miss for Timmy Mosquito and another behind for the Waratah team.
Really good build-up there. Waratah's very good build-up, very good work through the midfield. The type of work that we've seen them do over the last 18 rounds. And again, not quite there, but good pressure from Tiwi defensively, but great build-up from Tars.
If you'd wiped that first part of the game out and it was just starting, you'd say it's a bit of even contest right now.
It is. It's a little bit disappointing, the scoreboard, because at the end of the day, Tars have worked very hard, and but Tiwi have just been on the game.
Jason Porrentutamerri with the long bomb. In fact, it was Roy Farmer. Long bomb up through centre half back for the Tiwi Bombers. Sam Nicholas over the ball. Slaps it away. Over the ball now, Randy Mungatobi into the slush. They seem to like that, the Tiwi Bombers. Bugler coming through. Read it well in front of Porrentutamerri. That's Gary. No mark taken down there. But the ball comes back here to Abe Ankers. Can he kick a goal? He can.
There's a clever little tap on in all of that.
It was, and it's his first for the day. Here it comes, Nicholas. Tapped out and on. See it come back. Bugler just gets it, boots it down, just wants the contest. Anchor's had one hand on it already, and then there's the tap on. Henry Karanua. Anchors doesn't miss them. Very important goal.
What do you reckon, Ash? Couple more before the siren, and they might be a chance here. The Waratahs, they've found their way back into the game a bit. Not to win it.
You never say never, but. Let's just see what happens out of this stoppage. It's important. Nicholas won the last stoppage, just belted it, but no one was up for it to clean it up from Waratahs, and Tiwi just ran away with it. So let's just see what happens. But that's the type of play and the build-up that we saw before that happened. So, you know, they need to be doing that 3-4 times.
Nicholas and Monagatti. Monagatti won it clearly. Got to the hands of Godden, pumped it down towards, over the centre line, down towards half forward. James Ray looking for it somehow, got out of trouble, caught, goes to ground with the foot. It was a big tackle laid on him by the very busy Patrick Heenan, who draws himself a free kick. He's a great player, isn't he? Pops it on the right boot, goes, searches out pretty wide, finds his teammate out there, can run forward. Jack Munkara uses the handball instead, gave it off to Shane Tipperman Tamiri, up towards half forward, got it over the top. Bugler goes back to clean up, couldn't pick up the footy, left it on the ground. Munkara comes in there. Watch Simon Munkara. Yeah. Whistle goes, free kick going here.
At three-quarter time.
Siren went.
Siren, Charlie.
Quarter to a close. Good quarter of footy. Quickly, Ash.
Well, Tars came back a bit. They increased their score. They kicked 2 goals. They did all the hard work, didn't get the reward for it, but Tiwi had their measure every step of the way, and everything Waratahs threw at them, Tiwi was able to handle it.
38 at quarter time, 51 at half time, reduced to 41 at three-quarter time, and they're just the slightest of chances here, the red and whites. Tiwi Bombers in front, 11-5 to 4-6. So last quarter about to get underway here. The challenge, 41 points for Waratahs to get this game in their favour. 11 goals, 5-4-6. Umpire holds it aloft. Monaghetti's going to do the ruck work here. Can he get them a real punch out of the middle for the Tiwi Bombers? He does. He does it really well too. Not dropped it down though. Tiwi Bombers can't get to it. Pushed out a little bit wide here. Some hard run coming from Adam Tippenwoody. He'll get there first. Tried to get through. He did really well. Knocked it down to a teammate, or tried to. Tars got to it. Up and under kick. Went to the middle. Whistle's gone. And it's going to be a free kick down to him. Now it'll be a Waratah kick.
Sam Godden got disposed with after he'd kicked it by the ruckman, Monaghetti.
So if they can get an early goal here, they might just believe for a little while. Well, a kick like that is certainly not going to work for them. And the Tiwi Bombers equal to the task across defence. Handball straight across here. Gave it off to Jason Purantatameri. Touches down, then got onto the right boot. Pumped it up short of the wing. Ross Tungatulum from a long way back. Oh, that's a strong mark. A really good mark there, parked underneath the footy. Waddell, and then he drops it in short. Gave it off to Sam Godden. Pumps long towards the pocket. He's got a teammate down there to take the mark. So it's not a bad start. And maybe Michael McLean, who took the team away from the supporters and chatted to them during the break, will be putting all his hopes here on Jamie Smith to convert. He's tucked deep in the left forward pocket. His team is absolutely desperate. So are their chances of playing in the finals. He bangs long and he kicks it across the face and squeezes it in for a minor score. So the margin is down now to 40 points.
Well, once again, Waddell standing tall. Sam Godden, who has been active contributor for Waratahs all day, getting a bit of the football. Same with Waddell. And then Jamie Smith, who for my mind has been one of Waratahs' finds for the year. He stepped up from Division 1 last year, has been one of the finds, not being able to finish it off. But again, good signs early in the way that they are moving that ball into the 50.
Purantatameri plays on to himself. Kick out wide, misses everything. Shouldn't be out of bounds on the full because he played onto himself.
Doesn't matter, no one touched it.
So Waratah with an opportunity here. Again, putting this pressure on early. They effectively have to kick 7-0. So a lead there from Oval, ignored. Long kick comes in. Good kick it is too. Dangerous spot. Waddell takes the grab in front of goal. The big man was moved forward, and that's his first big grab inside 50. Opportunity here, Ashley?
It certainly is, and that's why Majo moved him forward. The Waratahs coach, Michael, moved him forward to give a contest in the air, and he's got one.
Here he is kicking on goal, and he has missed.
And you know, Dom, when he was coming in there, I was thinking to myself, don't rush it. You don't have to rush it. Kick the goal. That's more important. He rushed it and he missed.
It was like his leg went out on an angle. They're the types of goals that they really needed to convert. I mean, they've kicked 4 goals, 8 today, 12 scoring shots. Let's say they've kicked 7 goals. Different ball game.
Kick to Ross Tungatulum. 2 chances there for Waratahs. They've got no one to blame but themselves. Here's the kick from the back line. It's going to drift out of play. The umpire's going to have a close look at this. He's paid the mark. Just took the mark sliding. P.O. Port Jimmy. Ball drops a little short. And now the kick down towards the forward line. It's a vacant forward line down there for the Tiwi Bombers. Knocked away by Tars in defence out towards the boundary line and out of play. Gee, that was danger times there.
It was. Did you see the swarm? Let's just watch this kick and see whether it was, in fact, it was out of bounds on the full. Well, on the replay it did, although there was a boundary to the right. It was in good position. Did you see the swarm of Tiwi players coming in there to put pressure on the ball carrier?
And from that boundary throw in now, numbers at the ball. Jack Munkara picks up, has the shot on goal. And he has put it through. Clean, quick work from Munkara. And that's what it's been all afternoon.
Great. In fact, Westerberg got the tap there and then badgered out of it. Munkara picks it up. You know, of all the players in in the Tiwi side, young Jack Munkara has got the cleanest set of hands, I think, in that 22. Not just today, but since Christmas, his form has been exceptional, and he's really stood up. He's only a teenager. Really has stepped up, and that passage of play running through clean possession is the reason why he's such a big contributor.
45 points the margin now. And the task looks just beyond Waratah.
Charlie, Tiwi has 8 goal scorers today. And if you're Brenton Toy, you'd be pretty happy about that.
It's a good return, isn't it? And Dion Moncara, the only problem for Tiwi with that injury. Let's hope it's all okay. Here's the throw up in the middle. Monagatti again got the tap down, did pretty well. Wanted Ross Tungatallum. The kick went instead to the opposite number 7, Kim Cantilla. Down towards half foot, just keep dropping it a little short. Tars, that's what's making it difficult for them. The ball not carrying. Hard run out of the middle, James Ray. Handball across was intended for Orville, didn't get to him. Stolen by the Tiwi defence. Kick out towards the wing, diving at the footy, Jack Moncara. Handball was pretty good. He's got a runner that can chase the ball, and that's Jeffrey Simon. And now it comes back straight into the hands here of Jack Moncara again. He's having a minute to remember for a long time. Here's the push forward from the back. Hard work put on there by Simon Moncara. Handball over the top came from Smith. And now Michael Dunn with a high up and under kick. Whistle goes. Going to come back. I think it's going to be a Tars kick out on the wing.
Yeah, Jack Moncara just got pinged for a throw there. We'll just watch this on replay. Yeah, just scooped it up. Good pick up by the umpire.
So Tars here with the free kick out on the wing.
In the centre of the ground. Long kick coming from Jamie McCarthy. Oh, the big fly there came from Waddell. Couldn't take it. The ball hits the ground and away they go again. Jason Purantata-Mary, 2 bounces if you don't mind. 3. Cruising through centre wing. Now onto his trusty left foot. Up into forward 50. Ball spills. Gary Purantata-Mary's there under pressure from Jamie McCarthy again. G. McCarthy did well. Worked hard. Got the ball away to Bugler. Bugler the quick kick, and he is dealt with after he kicked that. But the mark taken. And the Tiwi Bombers will look to inject this back inside 50 again. The mark almost taken there by Albert Tippenwoody. Off hands. Little chip out wide. Misses a target. Heart of the ball there was Godden. Good handball out to Ray. Up through the centre. Waddell charging at it. Purantata-Mary effectively waited for him just to make the mistake and went in and cleaned up. Did it beautifully. Kicks it out wide. And they'll start it all over again.
So Tiwi Bombers now go short, just along the boundary line. They can steady this down. They're in no rush, Ash, at all. They can play this game on their own terms.
No, and they are constantly finding runners, just as they have now out wide.
Jeffrey Simon's kick was marked out on that far side of the ground, but it will come back into the corridor. And searching there and finding was Silvani Babui. And then Michael Dunn. And then Dunn again short over the top. Oh, they're just chipping it around, aren't they? They're teasing Tars here. Bradley Palapamini has it. Next kick's going to be marked as well. Wow. Tars have no idea what to do with this. They're just kicking. They're clean and they kick to position. Harley Purantata-Mary to have a shot.
And once again, it was he just presented himself. They just chipped it around until the space opened up. And Harley Purantata-Mary ran straight into it. He's been good in burst today, Harley Purantata-Mary.
He comes in, gets close to the man on the mark, steps around him, gathers a couple of other longer metres and then kicks long, comes off hands through for a minor score. I was just thinking there's 4 teams in that top 5 will be sitting back thinking, we don't want to meet this mob in the finals because they're just about on their way. It's just about assured now, the Tiwi Bombers.
Well, perhaps last week's loss actually was the best thing that could have happened to them, and they've been able to regroup and rebound.
From the kick out, a free kick's been given. The pack had formed, but a push is the call. And that's gone to Monagatti. Untidy handball to Bradley Palapamini. Put him under pressure immediately. He slaps the ball clear. And there's a free kick being paid here. And it's been paid for a high tackle. It's gone to Bradley Palapamini. Called to play on. No one really on the mark for Tars. Chips it forward. And there he is again. Harley Purantata-Mary.
Well, he just keeps presenting himself and they keep looking for him.
So Purantata-Mary now. Is he going to try and step around? Not this time. Bangs away at goal. It's swinging back beautifully. Has it bounced through?
Yep.
Has it bounced through? It has indeed. Harley Purantata-Mary on the board. He kicks his second for the afternoon.
Well, if it wasn't already over, it is now.
Yeah, as Abe Ankers comes off. We just watched this free kick here. Well, he didn't really have possession, but they paid a free kick, I think, for a hold. But and in capitalising on it, finding Harley Puntami. Abe Anchors just came off there with a very bloodied mouth, putting his head over the ball. So the leaders and workers are really trying hard for Tars, but gee, they're not getting much joy.
Kicked a goal today, did Abe Anchors in the third term. 84 plays 32, 52 points. That's the biggest margin of the match. 51 points at half-time it was in favour of Tars, in favour of Tiwi over Tars, and Tars looking for some answers here. Michael McLean's going to be bitterly disappointed. Trying to work hard in there to get the ball out with Shane Tipperman to Miri. They took some exception to what he was doing, also exception to Roy Farmer's involvement in all of that. Handball back now, lands in the hands of Smith. Goes to ground, ball just held up here. It's got a little lockdown now, the game, hasn't it?
Well, it is. It's a very important 10 minutes for Tiwi here, because what they don't want to have happen now is to lose a little bit of discipline, as we see. And Sam Godden's got a case here. He's tackled without the ball, but we don't want to see Tiwi lose a little bit of discipline and someone get reported.
Ball comes clear from that ruck contest. Westerberg was good in the air. Socket here towards goals, covered by Sam Dyke. And he's been given as deliberate here, running across the line. Smith asked for it, Jamie Smith, and the umpire has agreed with him.
Well, I think we'll watch the replay, but I think that's probably not a bad free kick, because he's about 10 metres out, and he could have turned left or right and chose not to, and I think he even had a player in the square. We might not see it on replay straight away, but...
Sam Smith now, the opportunity on the left foot, goes with the snap. It's a pretty good-looking kick from that position. Jamie Smith, he's kicked a goal, so the immediate answer. Waratah, they move on to 5 goals, 8-38, trailing the Tiwi Bombers, 13-6-84. 12 minutes gone in this last quarter.
Just keep in mind, the AFL tightened up this rule in terms of what is a deliberate rush behind, and you can see there, he's got it, he's got time, didn't even think. Didn't even worry about who he was going to give it to.
With the player only 2 metres behind him, though.
Well, the thing is, he had time to turn left or right. The object is to keep the ball in play, and in terms of the law, and I think you'll find that that's what he's been pinged for.
13-6-5-8. 12 minutes gone, final term. Bonaghetti jumps high, got the tap down, then went back and picked it up. He's doing the roving as well, the big man. Got on the left boot. Got it out wide. He was hoping to get it to a teammate, but it was cut off instead by Nick Gooch. And Gooch thumps it up towards half forward and getting in the way. Michael Dunn. Serviceable game from him, the running defender. The kick is immaculate as usual. Finds Pierre Port Jimmy just backward of the wing. We're at the Tracy Village Oval in Darwin. TIO Stadium having a rest ahead of the finals that start next week. Little kick over the top. Randy Mungatopi was good. Tried to get it to Jeffrey Simon. He's got it. Dispossessed. Lost it. Loose ball picked up by Waddell. Back along the boundary line. Finishes in the pathway of Orville. Orville just got the kick away as he was run down. A great chase by Port Jimmy. Knocked towards the boundary line. Coming in. Looking for it there was... sure who that player was for Tars, might have been Karanua.
Henry Karanua.
Yeah, sorry, 24 on the blood rule.
So a throw in now, deep down in Waratah's forward line.
Roy Farmer just showing his value there as we just watch Waddell step around. Roy Farmer showing his experience there with that.
Westerberg with the ruck tap out, but Michael Dunn onto it immediately, and now tackling James Ray, who dived on the ball. How's the umpire going to see this? Ball comes out, he doesn't have to make a decision. Comes out here to Bowen Smith towards the goal square. The other Smith there, and Dyke knocks it through again, and Waratah try to have a second crack at it. And this time the umpire says, no, that is a behind. So 5-9-39, plays 13-6-84. Roy Farmer, the designated kicker, to bring that ball back into play again.
He's going to go very short with it. Out along that back line. They can run forward here. Jason Purantatameri caught. Gets onto the right boot. Can chip it across and give it off to Adam Tippenwood. He kicked a couple of super goals here. One in the first, one in the second. Kicks it out towards the wing. Long handball to Michael Dunn. He's got some freedom to show all his skills back in defence. There's a terrific run and mark there. And the kick's going to come out wide. It is intended here for Jack Munkara. Somehow he's in all space that he could possibly want. And the man who kicked it to him continued to run it, Randy Mungatopi. It goes back again to Jack Munkara. Randy Mungatopi can be the target now. There he is. He went running all over the place. Two of them chasing. Spears the kick in.
And dealt with downfield.
To Austin Wanamiri. What a great kick.
Well, it was a kick downfield anyway, but Austin Wanamiri's marked it, and then a free kick was paid for a free kick after disposal.
I reckon that's the chest you want to aim at, don't you, when you're going forward, Austin Wanamiri.
Big chest to miss.
And here he is, lines up and kicks, and he bangs it along right to the goal line, all the way it goes, and Austin Wanamiri gets 4 in round 18 here, and he's pushed his team into a finals appearance, no doubt about it, his performance today.
And that is a leadership goal. Great mark there, and kept running and running and running. And they just chipped around, they built it up, Charlie, again, they built it up.
It was calm, wasn't it? Calm and precise.
No pressure, and I don't mean in terms of Tars, there wasn't any pressure from them at the time, but they just knew what they were doing all the way, and just kept control of that football. And then he gets it on to Austin Wanamiri, and I tell you, his confidence is sky high because he has dobbed that from about 50.
And that's his 37th goal for the year, so he draws alongside Ross Tungatalam now. They're both, it's a good battle for the leading goal kicker at Tiwi Land. Tungatalam 7 and Austin Wanamiri 37. They both have 37.
Even better to go into a final series with 2 high-scoring goal kickers.
Yeah, indeed.
Absolutely. 2 great targets they are. Up go the big fellas. The tap down went to Tipham under Merry. Quick hands back to Monagatti. Up towards half forward. Nice knock away there by Ellis. Coming through strongly, Adam Tipungwuti. Geez, had a strong afternoon, Adam Tipungwuti. Mosquito with the tidy up. Out to Blake. His handball chopped off there by Harley Puruntada Merry. Nice smother too by Jack Munkara. Mosquito in again at ground level. Did well. Nice handball again out to Blake. Blake a good kick. Gee, Tars couldn't handle, but now a free kick to be paid for a hold. And the free kick here to go back to, might be William Virgil Puruntada Merry. At left half back. In fact, it's Jason Puruntada Merry. Been more than serviceable at full back. Goes with the left boot. Gary Puruntada Merry takes the mark. The decoy ruckman for the Tiwi Bombers, Gary Puruntada Merry. The man who can soccer like you wouldn't believe. Tim Cahill will be proud of his efforts this afternoon. That's a great effort from Bugler. Good mark it was. Nice hands off to Godden. Godden through the middle. Good handball off here to Jared Hay. Long kick through centre half forward. Waddell underneath it. Keranua there for the Tiwi Bombers. Cantilla for Waratah picks up nicely, goes to Keranua for Waratah. Handball comes out to Kim Cantilla. Kick on goal is a goal. Good work through the midfield. They just kept on persisting, and Kim Cantilla kicks his first for the afternoon. Tiwi 14-690, and the Waratah Football Club move on to 6-9-45.
Well, good confidence goal going into the last few minutes. Keep that side back up. I mean, you'd be looking for all types of rewards towards the end here. I don't necessarily know that this score today is a reflection of Waratah's season or the work that they have done. But Kim Cantilla there presenting. What was interesting about that goal is how they kept flooding forward. They kept moving the ball forward and doing what they had to do as a side, which they haven't done enough of today.
Well, Waratah's winning the last quarter. They've kicked 3-3 to 3-1. That's no consolation for them really, though. Here's the high kick, Gary Puruntada Merry. Dual goal scorer today. Kicks it down towards the half forward line. Austin Wanamiri wanted a little bit of it. Couldn't get it. Hard runner came. Behind Port Jimmy. Pursued by Hay towards the boundary line. And ball knocked away and out of play. Tick past 18 minutes in this last quarter. They've doubled the score there. The Tiwi Bombers 90 to Waratah 45. Who'd have thought that? And there's so much to play for today. Thought it'd be a really close game. That's James Ray there. Serviceable game from him, not just today, but over many years for Waratahs. Reaching from the back and getting the tap, Sam Nicholas. Ball goes to ground. Hurried kick out of the pack. Bouncing ball out there in front of Albert Tipungwuti rolls out of play.
Charlie, I will say one thing about Tiwi now is they get to fine-tune everything that they have done today in the lead up to next week. So the last couple of minutes, let's just see. I think it's a real test for Tiwi to see, can they stay switched on, can they score another goal or two, can they keep control of this game like they have for the previous 4 quarters.
Nicholas goes up, wins it down. Andre Ellis comes away with it, was tackled, threw the ball away. Good call. And the free kick again to go to the Tiwi Bombers. They've been hard at it this afternoon. Monagatti with the free. He's outside 50, goes with the long ball to the dangerous spot. Bugler up high, had the one grab at it, couldn't handle. Harley Purantatameri has a crack with the left foot snap. And a snap again from Albert Tipungwuti. And that's another goal on the board. And it takes us back now to the half-time lead for the Tiwi Bombers. 51 points. They move on to 15-6, 96. Waratah 6-9, 45.
We can see just the pressure of that forward pressure being put on them there by the Tiwi players, which has been something that's been a constant all day. And everyone's done it, everyone's chased, and it's those 1%ers. Comes in. Justin just can't quite, Justin Bugler couldn't quite get a hold of it for Tars. He was in good position too. And here we go. Snap.
Good goal, Albert Tipungwuti becomes the 9th goal kicker for the Tiwi Bombers in a pretty top-class performance here today at the Tracy Village Oval. Just remind you, the team that wins this match is going to advance to the finals next week, and the loser, the season's over. Well, that's going to be the case for Waratahs, and we've heard a little whisper that Michael McLean has made it pretty clear that he won't be coaching next year. Certainly won't be coaching at Tars next year.
Well, I would be that'd be extremely disappointing for me, because I think he's done a tremendous job at Waratahs, and I think he's got a nucleus of something to build on there. And that one more year, who knows what can happen.
Throw in the little handball, a little hurried kick out, bounces in the direction of Jeffrey Simon, who gathered it running backwards and then got slung to the ground and draws the free kick. So Jeffrey Simon, his second half has been pretty good, kicks it out wide, and the mark was cut off by Roy Farmer. Might have been intended for Harley Purantatameri, and instead was marked by Roy Farmer in front of Henry Keranua. Goes backwards, Roy Farmer, to Ross Tungatalam. Well, this is exactly what Tars don't want. They're going to be just humiliated here, I reckon, in the last couple of minutes. Their lack of interest will be exposed.
Ross Tungatalam and Roy Farmer is racking up the possessions here. Roy Farmer now down the line, and that will be out of bounds on the full. And they've won this game, and I think we can comfortably say that now. Ross Tungatalam, one of their superstars, really hasn't had that much of an influence this afternoon.
Well, he did early. He presented himself early. He did kick a great goal, but I just have to say to you, it happens from time to time throughout the season where he floats in and out of the game. And the game he's definitely floated out of in the second half.
Jared Hayes kick, a big kick, and a strong mark taken by Collie Holt. These are the marks they wanted to be taken in the first couple of quarters of this match. Ball lands on the ground. In looking for Henry Keranua. It's stolen by Ross Tungatalam. There he is. Comes out of defence. He can play anywhere. Gets onto the right boot. How good's the kick? Immaculate. Finds Adam Tipungwuti out backward of the wing on the far side. 96 plays 45.
I just wanted to challenge Ross.
You did.
Charlie, he's clearly listening.
He was successful.
Here's the kick. It's okay too. Good cut off there.
Yeah.
So Tars to bring it forward now. And chance here, Keranua. Oh, got it on the chest and dropped the mark. It was an easy one to take. Tiwi Bombers with the thumping kick out wide. Poor Jimmy knocked away, and he's going to draw a free kick.
Yeah. If we watch that on replay, you'll see he gets him high in the marking contest here. Yep.
Jack Munkara now takes that. Is that going to be 50? Gee, yes. I thought he was playing on then too, but he just faked it nicely, Jack Munkara.
Oh, they've
done
like
everything
it.
right, haven't they,
The
Charlie?
red and whites don't like it here.
No.
Jack Munkara taken 50 metres further forward. Jamie McCarthy not be happy with that.
Don't know if that's a full 50.
He's given him another 10.
No, it wasn't 50 in the first place.
Okay.
I think he hadn't stopped, but
Jamie McCarthy had stopped.
yeah, he decided where the 50 was, but I don't think Ash Gardner had, the umpire.
No.
Again, it's in the hands of Jack Munkara, but it's very clever. It's the way that Jack handled that, but the way that they passed that ball around, and you know, the foot skills, we're always mesmerised.
Munkara now looking to have his shot. Just falling short there. And again, Bugler. Gee, Bugler has been terrific since he and Waddell changed positions. I think he's been magnificent down there. He quickly brings the ball back into play. Goes out wide here to Collie Holt, taking another mark. They needed more, though, particularly early. His kick is a nice one. Marked there by Nicholas Gooch. Low trajectory drop punt. Another nice mark taken there by Sam Godden. In fact, it's not marked. It's play on, says the umpire. They swarm on him. And the umpire will take the ball at centre wing. Sam Godden asking the question.
Yep.
He'll get the straight answer, Ashley.
Yep, give it to me, I'll throw it up. The thing about Godden is Godden's been a very honest contributor all day today. He's probably been in the top 3 for TAR's best, if not their best.
Monaghetti won the tap down. And the kick goes forward. Mark taken down there. Collie Hole, second mark in this last term. Across the goals. That's how they were marking last week against Southern Districts. All of a sudden, they're starting to put it together, but maybe the Tiwi Bombers have just taken their foot off the pedal a little bit, and Waddell takes this strong mark.
Yeah, I would think so. Waddell is a hard person to compete against in the air at any time, whether he's up forward or up back. But he's let himself down with a couple of shots at goal so far in this last quarter. So let's see if he can make up for it. It's an important goal. The siren has sounded.
Last kick of the match. Waddell, he's a lefty. He bangs away with the left boot, and he'll be disappointed with that, and his team will as well. That goes out through for a minor score, and the game draws to a close. What a win. There's Brenton Toy. How happy will he be? We saw him at the start of this game while the players were out there in a huddle talking to each other. He was having a kick with his son up and down the boundary line. That's just how he coaches. But great win here today for the Tiwi Bombers. They advance to a final next week, 15-7 to 6-10. Let's get some quick comments from Ash Manakaris.
I think Tiwi showed today how important it was that if you ask with a setback, which they were last week when they lost, how important it is to rebound. They rebounded, but they didn't have, they had 22 contributors out there. Very, very important. They had some great leaders, none more so than Austin Wanamiri. Patrick Heenan was another great leader, and that then lifted all the others. And when Dion Monkara was on the field before he went off injured, he was another one. So Waratahs, they will be disappointed that they haven't advanced, but they have had a good crack at it over 18 rounds and have done very well. But I think we saw the best team go through to the final 5, and I think Tiwi are going to be very hard to contend with moving on from here.
Hope you've enjoyed our coverage. Ash Manakaris has been with us. Thanks, Ash. Dominic, thanks for being with us as well.
You're welcome, Charlie. Terrific game to be at this afternoon.
51 points at half-time, 51 points at the end of the game. Tiwi Bombers go to the finals. Tars go home. 15-7, Tars 6-10.